In the gilded halls of Buckingham Palace, where tradition and power have long reigned supreme, a quiet storm is brewing. It's not a battle fought with swords or decrees, but with whispers, schedules, and the unrelenting gaze of the global public. At the heart of this modern royal saga lies Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, a man whose charm, compassion, and defiance of convention have made him a global icon. Across the Atlantic, his father, King Charles III, and Queen Camilla watch with growing unease as Harry's star continues to rise, casting a shadow over their own carefully curated image. Reports swirl of their desperate attempts to secure Harry's private schedule, a move born not of familial concern but of a deep-seated insecurity, a fear that the world's adoration for Harry threatens to eclipse their own relevance. This is a story of rivalry, envy, and the fragile foundations of a monarchy struggling to adapt to a new era. It's a tale that asks, can tradition survive in the face of authenticity? And what happens when a king's crown feels heavier than ever before? King Charles III, once the eternal heir, now sits on the throne, but the weight of his crown is not just ceremonial. It's a burden compounded by the relentless comparison to his son, Prince Harry, whose effortless charisma has captivated the world. Sources close to the palace paint a picture of a monarch consumed by panic, haunted by the fear that Harry's humanitarian work and global influence will outshine his own reign. Queen Camilla, too, is said to be gripped by jealousy, her public image, a carefully constructed blend of stoicism and charm, paling in comparison to Harry's raw, relatable persona. The couple's insecurity manifests in what insiders call pathetic attempts to reclaim the spotlight. They've reportedly resorted to pleading with Harry for details of his private schedule, hoping to time their own public appearances to overshadow his. It's a tactic as transparent as it is desperate, a move that reveals not strength but a profound lack of confidence in their own appeal. But why this obsession with Harry? Why does a king, with all the trappings of power, feel so threatened by his own son? To understand the palace's unease, one need only look at Prince Harry himself. From his work with the Invictus Games to his advocacy for mental health and environmental causes, Harry has carved out a legacy defined by compassion and action. His down-to-earth nature, seen in candid moments like joking with veterans or sharing personal struggles, has endeared him to millions. Unlike the polished formality of traditional royals, Harry's authenticity resonates across generations and borders. He's the prince who dances at charity events, who speaks openly about grief, who dares to challenge the status quo. This genuine connection with the public stands in stark contrast to Charles and Camilla's struggle to win hearts. While the king and queen rely on ceremonial pomp, Harry's appeal lies in his humanity. The world doesn't just admire him, it loves him, and that love, unwavering despite years of palace tensions, is a force the monarchy cannot control. Every cheer for Harry, every headline celebrating his work, is a reminder to Charles and Camilla of what they lack, a bond with the people that transcends titles. Behind the palace's ornate facade, the tension between the Sussexes and the senior royals has reached a boiling point. The rivalry is no longer whispered, it's a public spectacle. Charles and Camilla, feeling the sting of Harry's global influence, have reportedly devised a plan to monitor his movements, convinced that by aligning their engagements with his, they can steal the spotlight. Camilla, in particular, is said to be consumed by envy, her insecurity fueled by Harry's positive press and the public's adoration. She sees his every success as a personal slight, a reminder of her own struggle to be embraced as queen. Charles, meanwhile, grapples with a deeper fear, that Harry's charisma and humanitarian legacy will define the monarchy's future more than his own reign ever could. Their attempts to undermine Harry are not subtle. From strategically timed announcements to carefully orchestrated photo ops, the king and queen's tactics are as calculated as they are futile. Yet each move only underscores their limited appeal. The public's love for Harry isn't swayed by royal schemes. It's rooted in his integrity, his compassion, and his refusal to be silenced. Note, his obsession with Harry's schedule is more than a logistical ploy. It's a window into their desperation. Insiders describe scenes of Charles and Camilla begging for details of Harry's plans, hoping to outmaneuver him in the court of public opinion. They believe that by denying Harry the spotlight, they can force the world to embrace them instead. But this strategy is, honestly, fatally flawed. The public doesn't love Harry because of his titles or his proximity to the throne. They love him for his heart. His work with veterans, his advocacy for marginalized communities, his willingness to speak truth to power, these are the qualities that cement his status as a beloved figure. Charles and Camilla's attempts to overshadow him only highlight their own insecurities. Each ill-timed royal engagement, each leaked story meant to diminish Harry, serves as a reminder of their disconnect from the people. The king and queen may hold the throne, but Harry holds something far more powerful: the world's affection. Note, Meghan unfolding within the royal family is more than a personal feud. It's a crisis for the monarchy itself. When Harry and Meghan Sussex stepped back from senior royal duties in 2020, their departure sent shockwaves through the institution. It raised questions about the monarchy's relevance in a rapidly changing world, its ability to unite rather than divide. The ongoing rivalry with Harry has only deepened these concerns. The palace's inability to embrace Harry's popularity, or at least coexist with it, exposes a rigidity that feels out of step with modern values. The public, particularly younger generations, craves authenticity, empathy, and purpose, qualities Harry embodies effortlessly. By contrast, Charles and Camilla's reliance on tradition and protocol risks alienating those who see the monarchy as a relic of a bygone era. The royal family is being forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. Its strength lies not in pomp or power, but in its capacity for humility and connection. Harry's enduring appeal is a lesson in what the monarchy could be: a force for good, rooted in compassion and upliftment. A monarchy at a crossroads. As the feud between Harry and the senior royals plays out, the monarchy stands at a crossroads. Can it adapt to a world that values authenticity over tradition? Can it learn from Harry's example and embrace a new vision of royal service? The palace's attempts to undermine him suggest a refusal to evolve, a clinging to old ways that may ultimately hasten its decline. But there's another path, one where the monarchy draws inspiration from Harry's compassion, his courage, and his commitment to making a difference. The public's love for him is not a threat but a blueprint, a reminder that the true power of a crown lies in the hearts it touches. Charles and Camilla's insecurity, while human, risks overshadowing this opportunity. Their desperation to outshine Harry only dims their own light, while his continues to burn brightly, illuminating a future where kindness and integrity reign supreme. This royal saga is not just about schedules or spotlight. It's about the soul of a monarchy and the legacy it will leave behind. Prince Harry, with his unyielding compassion and fearless authenticity, has become more than a prince. He's a symbol of what royalty can mean in a modern world. His father, King Charles III, and Queen Camilla, trapped in the shadow of their own insecurities, have chosen rivalry over reconciliation, desperation over dignity. But the public's voice is clear. It's Harry's heart that captures their imagination, his work that inspires their hope. As the monarchy navigates this turbulent chapter, it faces a choice: to cling to tradition or to embrace the transformative power of empathy. Harry's enduring popularity is a beacon, guiding the way toward a future where the crown is not a burden but a blessing, not a symbol of division but a source of unity. In the battle for the spotlight, it's not the throne that shines brightest, it's the man who dares to be human, the prince who proves that true royalty is found not in titles, but in the courage to change the world.